All right, give this a moment and then we will get started. All right, let me know if you guys can hear me okay, just to make sure. Okay, good. Okay, perfect. All right, welcome. It's Friday night. So we're going to talk about a couple of things, why the push, and we'll get into that. And then we're going to really kind of break down this supposed stimulus package that they're working on and what's the ramifications of them not doing it and not getting it done. Because, of course, they have their vacations coming up here, their winter break. Thank goodness. I mean, because, they work so hard for us that they need as much time off as they can possibly have. And I hope you can hear the sarcasm in my voice with that. All right. So, but before we get started and everything, I would like to just remind everybody if we have any problems with the stream, that I will get right back on as soon as I possibly can. And hopefully we don't. We've had some pretty good runs here lately where we've had, some pretty good runs lately where we've had no issues with the stream. So hopefully that will continue. And, but again, if we do, I will get right back on as soon as I possibly can. Also, I'd like to remind everybody that this is a very family-friendly oriented channel. And I would ask you to be kind in the chat and no racism, no nastiness. It's just not necessary, so I would ask you not to do it. So please just be decent. Yeah, fruit flies. You're right. Yep. It's exactly right. So, again, if you do not want to follow the rules and be decent, those awesome moderators that you see lit up in blue will boot you out of here. So I would just ask everybody to be respectful. That's, but of course, certain people won't, and then they'll have to be gone. So anyhow, all right. So let's talk about, I want to get into the stimulus package to start with. Okay. And I'm not sure if a lot of people know, we'll get into the other part of it a little bit later in the stream, but for right now, I wanted to talk about this proposed $908 billion stimulus package. All right. Now, I don't know if you guys knew or not, but as of the day after Christmas, if Congress and the Senate do not come together and get a new package together, unemployment benefits will run out for 12 million people. Okay? So think about that. How about that for a nice Merry Christmas, right? If these idiots can't get their act together and come up with something, they're Randy Romines are trying to get another stimulus package approved through the Congress and the Senate, and so that's what they've been working on. They've been working on that forever and a day. Pelosi initially came up with 2.2 trillion, and McConnell came back with like 500 million, and so they've been, obviously nothing has been done with that whole thing. But I think it's important how this breakdown is, and a couple things I agree with 100%. Most of it I do not. Okay, so we're going to get into that. I'm going to tell you what, trying to find this information for the breakdown was like trying to pull teeth. It took me a while to sort through and to find exactly. Part of the package includes mandating vaccine in order to receive your stimulus check. No, actually, that does not. No, JJ. Nope, this one did not. Nope, they're not even. This stimulus package does not even have any kind of check for anybody. There's been talk about tying the shot in with people getting a $1,500 stimulus check. Okay. But that's not even in this stimulus package that they're looking to try to approve before they go on their winter break. Okay. So that there's no stimulus for the American individual in this proposed package. So none. All right. So just that's one thing you need to know about. So if they pass this stimulus package, which is $908 billion, you're going to get nothing. So nothing tied to anything. You're not going to get anything for it at all. So, that whole thing was I think it was a congressman came up with saying that they should tie you getting a $1,500 stimulus check if you get the vaccine. So we're going to get into that a little bit later as well, because I think that's something that's really important. That's going to be the second part of what we're going to talk about. But what I wanted to do. Now let's break this down really quickly. First of all, okay, the House goes on their winter break as of the 11th of December. Okay, so we're talking a week. In a week, they're going to be going on their winter break. All right. The Senate goes on their winter break on the 19th. All right. So here's the best part. So when do they come back? All right. They come back into the House comes back January 7th. So they get a nice little break there. The Senate doesn't come back to February 3rd. Two old people on a couch. It's not helping us. There is no check for us. My husband ran out already, but he got a job. Yay. You got to be kidding me with the vaccine, the stimulation check. That's you know what? Thank you very much for the donation, and I'm glad your husband got a job. First of all, let me say that. Yeah, it's just, they're speculating. They're talking about trying to do that, try to tie that in there. But we're going to get into that later. I promise. And thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate it. Okay. So, but these guys are going to have a nice long break. They could let me reiterate something that I've said many, many, many times throughout my streams, all on my channel. Congress, Senate, the president, the vice president, they really realistically do not give a crap about the average American for the most part. Okay. They're going to take care of their rich friends. They're going to take care of people that got them elected so they can get elected again. That's who they take care of. Okay. They do not, for the most part, they're completely out of touch with reality when it comes to the average citizen. And that's my opinion. But I'm just saying. So anyway, so let's talk about the breakdown. If they approve this stimulus package, which again has zero money for an individual, you'll get no stimulus check, not even $1,200. Okay, so you're going to get nothing. What they've done on this is they have $288 billion in small business aid, such as Paycheck Protection Act, and also progressive loans. So there's $288 billion out of that for that. Okay. The second one I don't agree with at all is $160 billion in state and local government related aid. No, they don't get a bailout. I'm sorry. If you have piss poor management for your state, that's your problem. And New York State is way up on that list as far as piss poor management goes with, the money and stuff like that. So they should not be getting, the states should not be getting anything, let alone $160 billion. All right. They have $180 billion to fund a $300 per week supplemental unemployment benefit through March. So $180 billion to give the people on unemployment an extra $300 a week through March. That one I agree with that. I know some of you may not, thinking that it gives people incentive not to go back to work. But with the way everything is right now, people need the help. So I'm okay with that one. All right. So now let's break down the rest of this, because I think the rest of this is quite interesting. The U.S. Postal Service is going to get $10 billion. Why? They don't need it. Again, piss poor management of an organization does not mean you get a $10 billion bailout from the government at our dime. So I don't agree with that one. All right. $10 billion for childcare. I don't have a problem with, helping single moms and stuff like that. I don't have a problem with that at all. $10 billion for broadband. So, for communications, we're going to give $10 billion to them. Well, that's nice. That's really nice. I don't agree with that one. $5 billion for opioid treatment. So they're going to give $5 billion to help combat opioid treatment. So hopefully that I don't have a problem with either. I'll be honest with you. If we can get people to the root of the problem of why they do what they do, deal with the true trauma of why they're masking it by being whacked out on drugs in the first place, I have no problem with that. All right. $25 billion for housing assistance. Again, that one I really don't have a problem with either, to be honest with you. All right. They are going to give $26 billion for nutrition and agriculture. Now, didn't we just have a huge bailout for the farmers? Huge bailout for the farmers. So I don't know why they're wanting to give another $26 billion for that. But So that one I do have a problem with. Um, they want to do $4 billion for towards student loans. So I don't know what that entails because it doesn't give you exactly what they're going to do with that. But and who's going to pay for all this? Well, that's another, that's a really good question, Kat. I asked the same exact thing. Yeah, Trump already bailed out the farmers. I know he did. And that's why I have a question of why they're doing that again. All right. Now, here's my favorite one, which $12 billion for current leader support. Well, that's really nice. Got to support the leaders to the tune of $12 billion. I absolutely have a problem with that one. All right. Now, here's one that I find very, very interesting. $45 billion for transportation. So what is transportation? It is the airlines, the trains, buses, airports, train stations, that type of stuff. Now, didn't we just give a huge stimulus bailout to the airlines already? Huge, okay? But there's nothing for you. So sorry, you get nothing. But we're going to continue to bail out big businesses that have a ton of money already. Huge problem with that one, okay? And then let's see, 35 billion in healthcare pandemic relief. I really don't have a problem with trying to help get that, squared away and stuff like that. They're wanting to do 16 billion in vaccine distribution, testing, and contact tracing. That's going to cost $16 billion to do that. I think that's a little bit much. Okay, but again, you know, that's where that $908 billion is going to go towards. Now, again, somebody asked a question earlier. Yeah, does transportation bailout include my car? Exactly. I would like my car bailed out too. Pay off my car, pay that payment. That would be nice. It is amazing, and you really can't fathom how much money that is because it is like such a ridiculous amount of money. Where's that coming from? Who's paying for that? Number one. Okay, so that's huge. All right, and this hasn't even been approved yet. They're still fighting over this, that, and the other thing. But this was the proposed one that they're trying to get done. Now you have to understand. I just said pay off all the calm person's debt. Yeah, right, exactly. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know, our children, their children will never pay this back. Enough is enough. Well, they've already done the first stimulus thing happened, then they did a second one. This would be the third, right? And then you're talking, Biden was saying that this is just going to be the start. Once he gets in, he's planning on doing a huge relief thing. So, again, who's getting bailed out? All right. Now, I have no problem with a lot of it, to be honest with you, but some of it I have a huge problem with. The states should get zero. They should get zero. They don't deserve it. Airlines screw us every which way possible and can't handle the drop of income. It's ridiculous. Always been overpriced. RC Kev just said that. And you're right. When they started doing, as far as like with bags and having, more bags and it costs you so much per bag plus your airfare, absolutely ridiculous. And that they get these huge bailouts. They already had a huge bailout already. And, that's business. If you go out of business because, again, bad management or hard times, how is it? So here's my question with that. What about all of these small businesses that have closed their doors forever and are never opening their doors again? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They're not getting any kind of bailout. But when you have the auto industry gets bailed out, banks get bailed out, you have the airlines getting bailed out, I have an issue with it. I really, really do. It's just not right. It is not right. And again, these are the people that we put in office, and they're all like AOC was talking about. She's not going to vote for anything that doesn't have another $1,200 stimulus for the American people. Which, okay, does there need to be another stimulus for the American people? I think there should be. People are hurting horribly right now. And if they don't get this passed, again, what did I just say? 12 million people will lose their benefits as of December 26th for unemployment. 12 million. So now you have 12 million more people trying to scramble how to figure out how to take care of their families, pay their bills, and those type of things. And whose fault is it? Well, it's the government's fault for shutting everything down in the first place for something that they had no idea of how truly bad or not bad it was. I mean, it's insanity. It is absolute insanity, in my opinion. Guys, I see we're at 955 in the chat. We're at 284 on the thumbs up. I'm going to ask you, if you haven't done so yet, to please shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel. And thank you for doing that ahead of time. I really appreciate it. Also, again, it really does help with the algorithm. So the more interaction that we have, it pushes us up higher in the algorithm. So between the chat and throwing that thumbs up or thumbs down, that really does help. And again, the third reason is I like to see a lot of thumbs up, so I'm not going to lie. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. All right, so thank you for that reason as well. So airlines and the postal system, no bailouts. Their problem is misappropriation of funds. I agree with you 100%, especially the post office. Post office should not be getting a bailout. I'm sorry. You know what? Learn to streamline your stuff, have better management, and take care of your business. I mean, the post office has been around forever and a day. If all these other companies are doing a better job delivering packages, it's not their fault that they're doing it better than the post office. The post office needs to catch up. If that means they need to downsize and cut some staff to make it more manageable, then that's what they need to do. They shouldn't be getting bailouts. So I have a huge problem with them getting $10 billion on the stimulus package. And again, the American people get squat. To give everybody, again, another $1,200, I think it's about $300 billion. I believe it's in that range if they did that. But again, I can't stand AOC either. Trust me. I'm just saying what she said. And actually, Bernie Sanders was the other one that was saying that he was not voting for any packages that did not include money for every person. So and that one thing I will give them, because they're listening to their constituents. Those two anyway are. The rest of them are obviously not. But again, how about a few billion to finish the wall? Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes. I like AOC because she's cute. Sorry. Hey, that's all right. You can. I just, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. That's just me personally. I'm not a huge fan. Here's the problem that I have, okay, with a lot of these politicians, and I'll be honest with you, it's a huge problem that I have. Don't talk down to me. Don't talk to me like I'm some kind of dummy that you have to lead around by the nose and tell me how things are going to be and what we should be doing. I have a huge problem with that. So a lot of these especially, I'm sorry, if you're a former bartender, you're really not in a position to be judging people and talking down to people. Sorry, another fruit fly. I don't know where it's coming from. I have no idea. It's driving me nuts. So I've had this little bit of an issue, and I'm trying to figure it out. But AOC is a dude. Oh my God, Sheila Carr. Now come on, that's not nice. Yeah, how much does Bill Gates get? Yeah, well, he's going to be making his money through the vaccine. So yeah, it's so let's talk. Let's jump over onto that topic now. Let's talk about why the push, right? So here's where that has come in when they said that the one congressman said, well, we should have it so that in order if you get the vaccine, you get a $1,500 stimulus check, right? That's what he wants to tie in. And other people are agreeing with that. So again, why the push, right? Because they know that a lot of Americans are waking up, and a lot of Americans aren't as stupid as they thought that we were. And what is that? Hold on. Oh, I'm like looking, it was a fruit fly sitting on the camera right there. So yeah, fun. So anyway, they know that most Americans are not behind this vaccine because it has not been provenly tested over a period of time. An average vaccine to get approval takes about 2 years, if not longer. Okay. Again, there's no proven thing with this. And I have a huge problem with that. They rush this thing out and now they expect everybody to get it, and they're pushing for people to get it. And when you have Barack Obama, Bush, and Clinton saying that, well, we'll take the vaccine on TV to prove that it's right. Well, again, they're probably going to get saline. They're not going to get the vaccine because they're not going to give it to them, number one. And why the push? Why are they wanting it so bad for you to get this? Okay. Well, at the end of the day, realistically, it's all about the money. It's about control, money. What is in the vaccine? I have an issue with that because it's, like I said, they're not giving out all that information. So there's a huge problem with that. Okay. And, a lot of people are speculating a lot of other things may be in this vaccine. I can't say yes, they will be, or no, they won't be, because I really don't know. But again, I'm not putting something foreign into my body because because you're in a position of power and you tell me, yes, you should get this. Why? Okay. Especially when, yeah, ulterior motives. Exactly. But at the end of the day, it always comes down to money. Bill Gates and the Gates Foundation is going to make a killing off of this. So is Big Pharma. They're going to make a killing off of this. Okay. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. When I did the video the other day talking about, they're not going to release the study for 2 years, and they've only done a real test on a very small number of people. And I'm sorry, no, I don't trust it. And so somebody had said to me, you have an issue with Big Pharma because of your son, which is 100% true. I absolutely do. But even if I had not had an issue with my son with Big Pharma, all I would have to do is look at the history of what has happened throughout our country, of people being all kinds of issues because of vaccines. Why would you voluntarily go and say, yeah, stick me? It doesn't make any sense to me. Now, again, you have the option. You can do whatever you want to do. If you, oh, well, I'm sorry. You're right where my feet need to be. Hell is right at the bottom of my feet. Like I said, again, if you want to get it, get it. That's your choice. But I'm not going to get it. And I've said that right along. Okay. I don't need anything foreign in my body. Not going to put anything in my body that I don't know what it is. Okay. It's bad enough that what we eat half the time, who knows where it's coming from or what they're putting in our food. Okay. So that's another whole video and another whole issue. But again, it took 20 years to make the polio vaccine. Exactly. So now all of a sudden this thing comes out of nowhere, out of China. But I don't know if you saw this. I just saw this. Wuhan is trying to lure back tourism because everything's wonderful in Wuhan, China. People are not wearing masks. They're okay. Everything's great. Isn't that interesting that this virus that started in China, which really doesn't have the best medical stuff at all of anybody, realistically, if you look at the big picture and all the people that they have. But they've had less than 100,000, actually less than 90,000 people get it. Isn't that interesting? Hey, James White, I'm a senior. I have health concerns. I'm at risk. I am not complying. Yeah, I don't blame you. Listen, I talked to my mom. My mom is a very high-risk person. She has lung issues. She has breathing issues. When she gets the flu, it is really, really bad for her. And I truly believe one of these years, that's what will take my mother out, without a doubt. I have no doubt about that at all. She's very realistic about that prospect happening as well. But she said there is no way she's getting any kind of vaccine. And I told her, you better not. Okay. I don't care. Think about this, guys. Okay. You go to the doctors. And now the latest push. Let's even go back a little bit further here. So what's the push been? Excuse me. What's the push been this last several years before this whole thing started, right? They wanted all the young women. It started out with the women, and then they said, oh, yeah, the boys need it as well. To not get cervical cancer, to get that shot, to not get cervical cancer, right? And so all these young ladies went and got this vaccine because the doctors were pushing it like crazy. Because Big Pharma was pushing it like crazy. And, the doctors are in the pockets of Big Pharma. We already all know that. There was an issue. A lot of young ladies have had a lot of issues because of that. I told my daughter, I said, don't you dare She went with her mother one time, and I think it's a couple of shots that they get for that. And she'd gone to the doctors with her mom, and she let them talk her into getting the first shot of that. I said, do not get that next shot. Do not do it. And I sat down and I explained things to her again. And so she never got it. HPV shot is actually a sterilization drug. Yeah, well, I don't know about that so much. It could be, but I just, and why, if it's going to help for cervical cancer, why are they encouraging young boys to get it too? That doesn't make any kind of sense, does it? Young boys aren't getting cervical cancer. It's a woman's thing that. So I just, again, I have a huge problem with anything foreign going into your body. Again, if you're going to get sick, you're going to get sick. If you die because you get sick, that's a natural progression of life. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay. Sorry. That's what's been happening for thousands and thousands of years. And, this whole push in the last 150 years for shots. I mean, even if you look at, guys, when I was born, the number of shots we got when I was born compared to what they're giving these kids now, it is scary. It's scary, the number of stuff that they're giving these kids. East Tennessee preparedness. My new job is a call center. Lots of folks are hurting because of lost jobs due to COVID lockdowns. You know what? Thank you very much for sharing that information, and you make a great point. There are a ton of people that are hurting financially because of this situation. This is horrible. And again, if these idiots in Senate and Congress don't get their act together, you're going to have 12 million people losing their benefits as of December 26th. So, they better get something done. But again, they're not looking out for us. Realistically, they're not. A pacifier, extending the $300 a month for unemployment extra until March. That's 3 months. That's 3 months. And let me just see what that number was again. I just want to give you the right number. Yeah, 180 billion. So 180 billion is going to help people for a grand total of 3 months. How about, instead of doing that, you take that 180 billion, which, that would only give us about $750 a piece. So it's so sad. It's crazy. But they should give everybody some money to help. That's the way I feel about it. I just, it's ridiculous what they're doing, and it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but a lot of people are suffering very, very badly because of this. And this is not anything that's just going to go away overnight. And, obviously people are talking about the bigger problem is 30 million households that will be evicted or foreclosed in January. Yes, follower Jay. There's the second one. So first of all, you get 12 million people come off unemployment benefits if they don't do something. And then if they still don't do something by January, he just said 30 million people will be either evicted from their homes or they will be evicted from their apartments. Where are they going? And how are they going to support themselves to get something else? It's crazy. It is crazy. And, it's just and they just continue to float along like everything's fine and everything's going to be great, and it's not. It's just not. But there's a lot of concerns. People need to be paying attention. The bottom line is total control. You're exactly right. You look at what's going on in California right now. Certain counties in California are not going to go along with this total lockdown. They're not. There's already been ones, and I can't remember which county it was, already voted and said they are not going to do what the governor of California is recommending. But you have, JJ loves the Arizona green tea. Got to drink it. And I know it's bad for me, and guess what? I don't care. I like it. So, and honestly, guys, I drink probably the only time I drink them now this time of year is if I'm doing a stream. Other than that, I hardly drink any of them. So, it's a convenient thing to have something to drink when I'm talking a lot. So, prices of food is rising. Prices of food has been going up. It has been going up huge. And, and that's not changing. Again, that's something else. I've been talking about, guys, as far as preparation goes. There's a lot of bad things that could be happening really, really soon. I mean, when you're talking about 12 million people losing their benefits, unemployment benefits, and then another 30 million people on top of that going to either be foreclosed on or evicted from apartments come January. Scary, scary stuff. And again, where are they going to all go? That's a lot of people that are going to be out there on the street trying to take care of their loved ones. And when it says 30 million, that's the number of homes or apartments. That doesn't correlate to the number of people. So you figure if it's 3 people per home or 4 people per home, if it's 4 people per home, you're talking about 120 million people. That's a lot of people. That's 1/3 of the country, or a little bit less than 1/3 of the country, but it's a lot of people, having issues. So I'm lucky still working and have a low mortgage payment. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Eric Johnson just said that. Yep. So, absolutely nuts, but there's people start. Oh, hold on a second. Let me just see what that. People start starving on the street. There's going to be. Oh, hold on a second. I'm missing something here. Where did that go? Hold on. See if I can find it. Oh, I missed it. I don't know where it went now. Oh, here we go. If this would hold still. I'm sorry, guys. I'm completely missing it. Did I miss? Yeah. I'm going to get me a counterfeit Vax card. James White just said that. That's funny. Yeah. And again, that whole thing, that just kills me. That's just like that. All that does is remind me, again, of Nazi Germany. Show me your papers. I don't agree with any of that either, to be honest with you. I think it's a terrible thing. Not good. Not good at all. So Gwen just said I like the tea too. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's good. For 99 cents a can. And when I get it, I get it 2 for $1. I wait till it goes on sale. And then I buy it by the case. So my tax doubled again this year. Charmaine Park just said that. Yeah. And it's crazy. And that's the other part of the problem. We have, with everything that's going on, a lot of issues as far as, taxes are going up. The price of food is going up. Everything is getting more expensive, except your paycheck's not going up. So the Virginia government just requested $15 billion for 28 jackbooted enforcers. Wow, that's crazy. Hey, Kevin Grip, got to hop off and check out Buddy's live chat. All right, man. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the donation. I'm glad you were here as long as you were. So just picked up 10 cans of beef, $80 without taxes. Yep. Wow. That's crazy. That Mimi just said that. Yeah, like I said, things are getting very, very expensive. And again, and I've said this before and I'll say this again, nothing is going to be cheaper than it is right now. All it's going to do is continue to go up. So if you can stock up on stuff, I would absolutely encourage you to do that. There will be riots everywhere with people starving on the streets. Terrence Parker Jr. just said that. I don't disagree. I think there's going to be a lot of issues, and you're going to see a lot of desperate people. The crime is already going up across the country. I don't know if you're paying attention to the statistics, but crime is rampant. A lot more murders, a lot of robberies going on, a lot of bad stuff happening. A lot of people are really, really hurting. We got 1,200 people in the chat, guys. We're at 549 on the thumbs up. So I'm going to ask again really quickly. Little prepper lady question mark. I haven't talked to her in a while. I know she's still going to school, so that's why I haven't chatted with her for a while. I'll have to shoot her a message and see how she's doing. But anyway, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do that to show support for the channel, and thank you. Hold on a second. North Often 52nd. Your thoughts on freedomgathering.org. I haven't checked it out, so I'm going to have to. So I really don't have an opinion, but thank you very much for the donation. I'll have to go and check it out. I haven't checked it out yet, so I'll be on. That's being honest. So anyway, again, if you shoot a thumbs up, it really does also help with the algorithms. So thank you for that reason as well. And again, I like to see a lot of thumbs up. So that's the third reason. So thank you for that as well. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to do so. And make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So a couple channel shout outs. We got Prepper Nation. Want to make sure you go show them some support. The Angry Prepper down in New York City, awesome guy. Loved the interview that we did together. Show him some support. You got Marfugal News with Adam and Dax out there in Seattle. Show them some support. Again, okay, Sean James, again, My Self-Reliance. We got to show him some support. He's gone through some stuff. He's giving up his homestead and moving partially because of the harassment by a neighbor. So I would definitely, and just tell him, say, Prepper Nurse 1 sent me over. So he's got a great channel. I think he's got like 1.66 million people on the one channel, and he has 2 channels. So I don't know how many he has on the other one, but yeah, he's got a very, very big following. But unfortunately, you're going to deal with a lot of hate. You're going to deal with a lot of hate on YouTube. So if you're big, the bigger you are, the more hate you deal with. So unfortunately, like people like Sean James, Wranglestar is another one. I like his channel as well. Again, so, it's, that's how it goes. It's the bigger you get, the more hate you deal with. And so, I can relate. With Sean James he's dealing with, I've had my own issues with my channel. As you guys know, anybody that's watched the channel for any length of time, I've had CPS called on me twice. I was swatted. I've been reported to the town. So, those things happen, but you got to deal with it. So you either quit and don't do it anymore because it's so frustrating, or you say, screw them. I'm not quitting because I'm not going to let them win. That's me. They're not gonna win. So, hey, Mr. Mom, where does the government think the tax money is going to come from? So many being out of work and being evicted from homes at historical levels. Great question. Great question. Thank you for the donation ahead of time. And exactly, when you have all these people out of work, and I think they said the last 5 months, the unemployment numbers, or the people going back to work has gone down, and now you're closing down states again. So you're telling people not to go to work, not to go out and support local businesses and stuff like that. That doesn't help anybody. So yeah, where is that tax money going to come from? I don't see where it's going to come from either, and I have a problem with that. Angry Prepper wants to move. Yes, I spoke with him, and he said that he definitely wants to get out of New York City. And like I said, I don't blame him. That would be one of the last places I would want to be in an SHTF event, is in a major city. And obviously New York City is a major city. So let's see. My taxes will go up to pay for these programs. Oh yeah, absolutely. And that was John Corey 80 just said that. Oh, of course, they're going to raise our taxes. They'll come up with probably increasing the gas tax. They'll come up with other ways to get more revenue from us. Ed, did you see the statistic of the mass exodus from big cities to the countryside? It's a huge number. I know a lot of people, JJ, thank you for actually saying that. A lot of people have made that move. And that was one of the reasons, too, that Sean James from My Self-Reliance was moving. He said there's been a huge exodus from the cities of people getting out of the cities, getting further out into the country, and getting away from the insanity, to be honest with you. But unfortunately, a lot of times what happens when they do that, they bring their progressive ideas with them and try to do the same thing out in these small towns that they did that ruined these cities. So I don't understand that. So they can't walk in LA banned. That's crazy. Southern Grits just said that. Yeah, there's like ridiculous stuff that they're doing, out there right now in California, and you have to feel bad for the people out there. It is horrible. It is absolutely horrible. And again, when it comes to all of that, my question is going to be, once again, what are the numbers for the flu? You're not hearing any numbers from the flu. All you are hearing is numbers for the virus. That's all you're hearing. So again, I have an issue with that. So, and again, when you have the same exact symptoms for both things, how do you know that you really just don't have the flu? I mean, the flu kills a lot of people every year. So, but again, everything is focused that it is, oh, it's the virus, it's the virus, it's a virus. So, again, and yeah, COVID equals money. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's Biscuits and Gravy just said that. You know, no idea what the vaccine causes 5 years from now. Mr. Rose just said that. And you're right. Again, you're taking something unknown, you're taking them at their word that it is safe when they have proven over and over and over again that they cannot be trusted by their word. Okay, so here's a great example. If you went to the playground every day, and you're a kid, and there's the bully in the corner, and the bully walks up to you every day and punches you in the mouth, right? And he says to you, you know what, tomorrow when you come, I'm not going to punch you in the mouth. And you go, wow, that's awesome. So you come to the playground tomorrow, and guess what? The bully punches you in the mouth. And he goes, I lied. They don't care. Big Pharma does not care about you. They care about the money that they can get by giving you their product with no repercussions, with no responsibility for the side effects of what they give you, because it's already in legislation. Oh, and I forgot to say earlier, in the stimulus package, part of the stimulus package is that there is a protection against citizens suing for virus-related injuries. So you cannot sue them until each state comes up with their own thing with what they do. So that's part of this package as well. So when they approve that, they're screwing you once again so that you can't sue. Okay? So like when your grandma, who was in the nursing home, really super sweet lady that you loved dearly, that you went and saw every other day because you loved her so much. Then when you couldn't see her anymore, and she got worse, and she got confused, and she had issues, and then she ended up getting sick because an employee brought in the virus because they still had to come to work, okay? And then they infected most of the nursing home, and half of them died. Oh, sorry, you can't sue. That's a problem. That's a problem. Two old people on a couch. BG says vaccines depopulate. And absolutely, he absolutely said that. He said, well, if we can do enough vaccinations, we can depopulate. Yeah, absolutely, he says that. So thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for the statement. Hey, Ed, you already can't sue in the state of Georgia, which is ridiculous. So, well, here's how do we send you an email? preppernurse1@yahoo.com. It's actually down below in the link. You'll see it. It's in every video. I have my email address in every video. I have my website in every video. So we'll talk about the website real quick. We have the Prepper Nurse One community on my website, which is a great place to connect with like-minded people. So if you're looking to connect with like-minded people, definitely take advantage of that. It's a great resource that we set up for you guys, totally free. You do have to register, but it doesn't cost anything. The other thing with the website, we have jdega.com, which is the CBD and hemp store. So definitely check that out as well. And if you decide to go to if you click on the link on the website, it'll take you to their website. If you decide to make a purchase, make sure that you use the discount code PrepperNurse1, and that's the number 1, not ONE, and you can save yourself 15% on your purchase. We also still have the Legacy freeze-dried food also on my website. So if you're interested in getting anything there, what's available is lit up there as well. So definitely take advantage of that as well. Okay. And if you're wanting to make a big purchase with Legacy freeze-dried food, please contact me first, and I can work with you. Okay. Just so you know, I'll try to save you some money if I can. So just putting that out there ahead of time. But again, definitely check it out. Again, it's preppernurse1.com, and that is my website. So, let's see. Oh, hold on a second. Somebody said something about Kentucky, so I wanted to read that. If I can go back. In Kentucky today, the health department shut down gun shows right down as it opened, no reason. Yeah, you know what? Again, a lot of that is more and more and more control. How come, again, and I'll say this again 100 times, how come it's okay to go to Walmart? How come it's okay to go to every grocery store that's out there? Okay. How come it's okay to go to Home Depot or Lowe's, okay, or any other big lumber place that's out there, some conglomerate? That's fine. You can go to those places, but they're going to shut down everything else. It's control, it's control, it's control at the end of the day. And again, with what's coming up, guys, I really strongly encourage everybody, get ready as much as you can. Prep, prep, prep. Food, water, ways to purify water, medical, guns and ammo, obviously, that's a big part of it, protection, crossbows, whatever you need to do, compound bows, anything. Whatever you need to do to be able to protect your family, definitely do it. And again, depends on where you're at. Like in New York City, you're not allowed to have a gun. So, and again, that's another whole thing of total control. But yet, who still has all the guns? The criminals sure do, because they don't follow the gun laws. Isn't that amazing how that works? Hey, Diana Perry. Here in Southern California, nurses are being forced to work out of state. Nurse to patient ratio law. Where I work, we are crammed and doubled up. Yeah, that's horrible. I'm going to tell you what they do to nurses in the medical field is absolutely horrible, horrible. And I understand why the burnout rate is as high as it is in nursing. It's absolutely terrible. Thank you very much for the donation in that statement and letting us know that. Nest Prepper, most recent death in numbers in Indiana, 48 CV, 1 flu last week. Isn't that amazing how that works? 1 person died of the flu and 48 from CV. That's interesting. It's probably not even close to that, to be honest with you. Oh, egg count. Yes, okay, sorry. Let's do the egg count. While we're doing the egg count, I'm going to ask for another thumbs up really quickly. To show support for the channel, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do so, and thank you. Also, again, it really does help with the algorithms as well. And, so it really does help with that reason. So I would ask you to do it for that. And the third reason is I like to see a lot of thumbs up. So that is the third reason. So thank you for that reason as well. So let's see what we got here. Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would also ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. So hold on a second. I'm going to go back here. Oh, okay. So somebody from Scotland has the right answer today. If you have the same number as Full of Hope with 3 eggs, then you are correct. We ended up with 3 eggs today. So they're starting to lay a little bit more. So I think that the molting is over. Yesterday, I think I had 5 eggs yesterday. So we ended up with 3 today. So that's where we were at today. So, it's starting to go up better. I've been really sparingly using eggs too. I'll be honest with you. When we were getting so little, I was like, okay, I got to really be taking it easy. But so now they're doing better. So that's good. But it's not like spring and summer numbers, but that happens. But I will definitely be adding more birds. So I definitely want to do that because, like I said, I like giving eggs away. I mean, I know that's kind of probably crazy. I enjoy my chickens. How do I like my eggs? It really depends. I like scrambled. I like sunny side up. If I got toast to dip it in, so I like it both ways. Excuse me. I like it both ways. I like having an omelet. So that's another thing. I love omelets. So again, it just really depends on what I'm in the mood for. And so that's kind of how I do it with the eggs. But yeah, it's definitely enjoyable. But again, guys, I want to talk about prepping really, really quickly here because I think it is really important with everything that's going on. Too many unknowns coming up here. If they get some kind of deal done, what's it really going to help? For a short-term period of time, that's great. But then what happens? Okay, and so we need to think about that. Biden saying that he's going to get some huge package through, probably is not going to happen unless, unless the Senate goes Democrat as well, and he has a Democratic Congress and a Democratic Senate. That's the only way he's going to get anything through. Otherwise, he's going to go through having a lot of issues. And I know that they're having the runoff here in January for the 2 Senate seats in Georgia. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Good viewers would like a kitten sighting. Let's see okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. Hold on 1 second. Come here, princess. Oh, I know it's terrible. I know you were sleeping. I know. It's terrible. And we'll bring over this little petite flower. Oh, I know, baby. Mrs. Bella. So obviously this is how, look at the camera. Say hi to everybody. She's like, I don't care. She's a good cat. She misses Heather though. I'll tell you what, when Heather was home, that cat was up Heather's behind the entire time. The entire time. Well, come here, sweetie. You can come on. We'll get you on camera too. All right. All right. And then we have little Miss Hella. Oh. She's a good girl. She's got to get her house broken. I'm going through so many paper towels, it's ridiculous. But we're working on it. But she's a good girl. And the other dogs, they've accepted her. They have to put her in her place once in a while, but that's part of the thing, right? So, all right, down you go. Yes, hello, Caesar. I see you too. Yes, you're a good boy. Lots of jealousy with Caesar and Pandora. They're very, very jealous of Miss Hella. And so in the mornings, it's so funny. I got to tell you, Mom physically and verbally abused a staff member at a nursing home, filed a report, but can't stand not being able to get there. Oh, you know what, Lori Austin, I understand. I do. There's a lot of people really, really suffering, especially in the nursing homes. Hey, Prepper Brian Keith, if you can smell a fart through a mask, CV can come through. They've already proven that the particles are big or small enough that they're getting through a mask. Even an N95 is not enough protection. So, there you go. It's a nice thought, but it's not enough protection. And that's the reality of it. So, I mean, realistically, if you're the individual who is sick, you definitely should have a mask on, because if you're sneezing or coughing, you're helping to protect other people, obviously. Okay. But other than that, it's really not helping that much. And even with that, the particles are still getting through. And so they can affect other people. That's the reality, So, yeah, somebody said no ombudsman. They should have one in any nursing home, but I know there's having a lot of issues. They're having a lot of issues in the nursing homes with, you got to understand something too. When you are constantly short-staffed, so I want to talk about nurses and CNAs and stuff like that, especially dealing with what they're dealing with right now with the virus, okay, out there in nursing homes, hospitals, or whatever the case may be. And I'm going to tell you what, it's a very, very difficult job in the first part. There is a very high burnout rate in nursing because it is a high-stress job. A lot of pressure, a lot of responsibility. In a heartbeat, you can get written up for nonsense that you didn't do, and it's ridiculous, okay? I mean, believe me, it's beyond ridiculous. So there's a lot of stress in the job. When you add into now that you need to be fully gowned, wear a mask, a face shield, and stuff like that when you're dealing with residents, it makes it that much more difficult, especially if you are doing personal care on people. It has got to be brutal. So my heart goes out to the nurses, the CNAs, the doctors that are dealing with all that whole situation. Not fun at all. I am glad I am out of the game. I'll be honest with you. I don't miss it. I don't. And nurses are burning out faster because there are so many extra steps for every action. You're exactly right. And that's Wolfsbane Hollow just said that. And you're exactly right. And there's a lot more protocol to go with it. And if you don't follow everything to the letter of what they say, you're going to get written up. And if you step out of line, or if you buck the system in any way, you're going to get written up and you're going to get fired. It's bad. I mean, it is bad. And I'm going to tell you what, I am glad, like I said again, I'm glad I'm out of the game. I really am, because it's just, I put in my time. Trust me, I put in many, many years. And yes, I still have my license. I have my license active. But as of February, it'll be 3 years since I worked as a nurse. And I can honestly say I don't miss it. And any of you know, and you watch the video, Richie was the last one of the patients that I had taken care of in the past that I really, really cared about, and he passed away. And so that one was tough, especially Richie. Richie, oh, that was really, really hard. I love that kid. I absolutely love that kid, unashamedly so. Hey! I'm working here. Do you mind? Yes, thank you. Now she's gonna mess with one of the cats. Uh, Ed, you are retired. Sean M. Yes. Yep. I retired 3 years ago. Yep. Had enough. I had enough. I'd been doing I'm going to tell you what. The last probably 3 years I worked as a nurse, I had lost the love for it. I really had. I still love my patients. I had a lot of fun with my patients. I miss. I miss my patients. But I'm going to tell you what. What I don't miss. I don't miss management. I don't miss the politics and the BS and all the nonsense. And again, I can't even fathom how bad it is now with the virus going on. Yeah, it would not have gone well with me in that. No, it would not have gone well at all. So, yeah. What? My mom was a 38-year surgical nurse, retired. Very cool, Sean. That's awesome. That's awesome. And see, that would be something I think would be very, very cool to work in surgery. See, that would be something neat. But you got to understand what I dealt with in nursing. I worked with a lot of geriatrics through the years, a ton of geriatrics. I did hospice. I worked with dialysis patients. Yes, I hear you, miss. So I dealt with a lot of death, a lot of death. And so death doesn't bother me. It's just another part of the journey. So I don't worry about that. But, you see so much of it, you actually become jaded. Like I said, it gets to a point, unless when you work in a nursing home, you realize that you're going to deal with a lot of death. That's what you have to take into consideration. So you try not to become attached, but you end up getting your favorites. You really do. You get your favorites, and you get close to them, and when they go, it hurts. It hurts. But then with other ones, because you haven't developed that relationship, it's just like, oh, okay, this one's gone. And it's hard. It's horrible to have that feel that way, but that's the way it becomes because you see it so much. It's that cycle. It's a cycle of life. In nursing homes, you deal with the end of the cycle of life a lot, and you just try to let them have some dignity. I think is the best thing. When they're in that end stage, let them have some dignity. Let them have that comfort that they need. Take care of them, and I think that's important. I did hospice for 10 years and then took care of my mom till she died. Can't do it anymore. Nancy Clark just said that. Well, exactly. Like I'll tell you one thing I could never have done, and I'll be 100% honest, could never have worked in it. And the nurses that do this, my hat goes off to them. Working with cancer kids, working with little kids that may die because of whatever the case may be, I couldn't do it. I absolutely could not do it. So with dealing with older people, I can justify their death because they've had their life. They've 85, 86 years old, whatever the case may be, and then they pass. You can look at it and you can go, okay, you know what? They had their life. It was their time. That's fine. So it's an easier way to justify it. But when it's a little kid, there's no justification for that. I couldn't do it. I just could not do it. So the nurses that can, again, my hat's off to you. That can, what were you? I'm busy. I know it. I know it's terrible. Oh, she's such a baby. She's too cute. She is too cute. Actually, what I'm gonna do after the stream, I'm gonna post a picture on my Twitter and on my Instagram of her and her with her favorite toy in her bed. So I have a picture that I just took recently of that, and I'll share that with you guys. So Prepper Nurse 1 on Twitter and Prepper Nurse 1 on Instagram as well. So go over there and check that out. No, she doesn't have to go potty. She just wants to play. She's trying to play with Caesar, who is sitting. Caesar's sitting right here on the floor, and she is between my legs. So, are you cute? Huh? Yeah, yeah. Are you a little snot? She is a little snot. And then, oh, excuse me, Mr. Jealous. Yes. And she's always playing with the puppies. But anyway, so no, they're fun. But she's a handful. I will tell you right now. She is going to be. No, she's a German Shepherd. Nope. Yep, she's a German Shepherd. Hell is a German Shepherd. So, but yeah, she's going to be a handful. I can tell you right now. I already can see it. She already wants. Hey, okay, hey, enough. She already wants her own way. It's not potty time yet. No, she's fine. She is. She just wants to play. That's all she wants right now. Very vocal. Yes, she's very. You should see in the morning. I'll have 3 dogs right here by the side of the bed, and they're all like, "Okay, are you awake? Come on, what's going on?" You already have her spoiled. Yeah, she's spoiled. She is. But yeah, so and in the morning, each one wants my attention. So like I got one arm because that's that side of the bed. So I got one arm out there, and I'm really trying to, pet all 3 of them. So, oh, she wants to run the show. I think when she gets older, I absolutely see her being an alpha female. Absolutely no doubt in my mind that she's not going to be the alpha. Pandora is the alpha right now, but I think Miss Hella will definitely be the alpha. German Shepherds are very, very smart dogs. They're very stubborn, very willful. So, but but she's, like I said, she's a good dog, and I'm here with her all the time. So people say, well, you got to spend time with your animals, which I think is important. I wouldn't get a dog until I was retired, because it's like I didn't want to have a dog crated for long periods of time. I wanted to be able to have that interaction and spend time with them. Are they closing Heather's school? As of right now, no. I don't know what's going to happen. Like she just got done. She's got one more test to go tomorrow. And so that's her last test. And then they're officially on break. And so I'm not sure, what is going to happen with the spring semester. We're going to have to kind of wait and see. And we're going to go from there. But, I think a lot of it's going to depend on what happens between now. I don't think they go back to school until like the end of January. So you're talking 6-7 weeks before, so the school will probably make that determination at that point. But it would not surprise me if they closed the school and went to strictly online and did that. So, but Heather's already left the dorms, just so you guys know. She's no longer going to be living in the dorms. And that was a decision that we sat down and we decided to do. So it's better for her not to be there. A lot of irresponsible people. There was a huge spike in numbers after Halloween. And, so again, it just, that's all part of it. But, yeah, I keep an eye on that situation as well. That's my baby girl. So, yeah, so she called me earlier today. We were talking. We always talk every day. So, but I'll usually call her later, like after the stream is over and stuff like that. So, nursing is like going to war every day. It can be. It really depends. I mean, I'm going to tell you what, I did home care for a very, very long time. I did home care. And I loved doing home care. And I loved it for a couple of reasons. When you did home care, you were able to take care of your patient one-on-one and give them the kind of care that not only they should be getting anyway, but they deserve to have. And so you're able to give your undivided attention to that patient. And if you're in that person's home for 8 hours a day, I was with one family for 17 years. So the first 8 years that I was with the family, I did 2 10-hour days. And then the last 9 years that I was with them, I did 5 10-hour days. So I was with that family a lot. And I'll never forget when he passed away. It was just like, I'll never forget it. I was like, okay, now what? When you're there doing the same thing for so long, it's really a shock to your system. Really a shock to your system. I saw the statistic: nasal swabs come back negative, and oral swab are coming back all positive. Oh, that's interesting. Well, again, what are they picking up? Are they picking up the flu, or are they actually picking up the virus? Again, I'm having a huge issue with the whole thing. So we have a nor'easter coming up the coast. I know that probably Mountain Girl's going to get hammered up there in Maine. We're not really supposed to get much of anything here. So, I'm really happy. I'm happy about that. We're going to miss this one. But up through Maine and Massachusetts and all those areas, they're supposed to be getting a good snowstorm. Connecticut, all through there, are supposed to be getting a really good storm. So our dog just got groomed today, first time in almost a year. She looks beautiful. Yeah, once you get them all cleaned up, and I got to tell you guys this one. You guys will get a kick out of this. So Hella likes to come into the shower and lick the water off the floor. Okay. So the other day I was actually in the shower and she started doing that. And I grabbed her and I pulled her in the shower. Oh, she was not happy. She was not happy. So that was funny. We're supposed to get 6 to 14 inches in New Hampshire. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I know it was all up through that area. 10,000 cases today in Florida. Southern Grits just said that. Wow. And again, I'm having a hard time believing that it is all the virus when they're not giving out flu numbers as well. And it's the same exact symptoms. So I think what we're seeing in a lot of cases that they're calling the regular flu the virus. That's what that's just my guess. And I can't say, that's exactly what's happening. I don't know. And I did home health as well. Been doing it for 22 years. I'm afraid this vac will be the end of my career. Papa Prepper just said that. Yeah, you know what? I don't blame you. If I was still working as a nurse anywhere, and they said that I had to get to get the shot, that would be it. I would be done. So that's yeah. There's no flu, right? There's no flu numbers. They're not even giving out flu numbers. So let's ask Asif. Asif, are you hearing anything from your end about flu numbers as opposed to the virus numbers? So if you would put your answer in there, I would appreciate it so that we can see. Do you think that they made the virus in a lab, combined the flu and COVID? Becky Reed just asked it. Absolutely. I think that virus came out of the lab in China. That's my belief. It was either let out on purpose or by accident. And, that's where it came from. And so it got out. And like I said, if it is as deadly as they're saying that it is, that it's causing us to destroy our own economy, what's going on in China? Why are we not hearing all kinds of things coming out of China about how bad things are in China? Because they are not as advanced as we are here in the United States. They're absolutely not. Okay. So how is it that there is, nothing going on over there, but it's all over here? Again, I call a lot of BS on things. You pay attention to stuff, and when things don't add up, they don't add up. It originated here in the U.S. and moved to China. Well, it started in the lab right there, in my opinion, in Wuhan. Wuhan developed the lab. A woman got sloppy, exposed herself, and started the infection. That's what Randy Romines is saying. Did Asif put anything down? Yeah, I didn't see anything. Hey, enough. China has to save face. They cannot have people dying. Oh, I agree. We're never ever going to get the correct numbers out of China ever. We're never going to get the correct numbers out of the U.S. We're never going to get the correct numbers out of the U.K., France, any country. Any one of the ones out there. They're never going to give us. Asa said the flu is showing up a bit. Okay, all right, thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't see his comment. I missed it. So thank you, Asif. I appreciate that, and thank you for North Shore Preparedness for letting me know that. Yeah, it's again, this is flu season. This isn't, all of a sudden now it's become virus season. China is now reversing course on blame and now claiming the U.S. is at fault. Unbelievable, Yeah, but it started in China. Hey, enough. Stop. And you know what the worst part is? I'll get done with a stream. They'll all lay down and they'll all go to sleep. Too funny. She's always wanting to play. She wants to play with the cats, and the cats. No, Caesar just gave her what for. Sorry, guys. This is what I deal with all the time. Until she gets too tired, she wears herself out, and then she'll go to sleep for a couple hours. What are you doing, you little girl? Why are you causing trouble? Why? So, anyway, yeah, typical. Yeah, it happens. Well, that's it. Yeah, pay attention to me. I know. Caesar, hello. I see you too. I do. Yes. Here, I'm going to, well, he's, here, we'll do this. Come here, Caesar. Oh. Here. Yep, so he can see you. Put your head up. There he is. He's a good boy. And now here comes Pandora. That's her. Yes, the growling noise you hear is Hella. Could anybody get closer? Are you close enough? Pandora, how come you're not up on my lap too, dear? Yes, I see you. All right. Get down. Get down. That's it. Oh, down. Sorry, guys. Having children. I like them though. I'm not gonna lie. So, anyway, every time I get on the phone, I want to go outside and they bark at the door. That's funny. Yeah, they just they want all the attention. Okay, hey, enough. Everybody behave. So, anyway, all right. Well, let's do this right now. I'm going to ask one more time right now. Let's see if we can get this up to 1,000 thumbs up. We got 1,000 people in the chat. We're at 875 on a thumbs up, so we need 125 to hit 1,000. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet to show support for the channel, I would appreciate that, and thank you very much for doing that. China has been leaving 60 ships. Oh, hold on a second. I want to see what that said really quickly. Where was that? 60 ships loads of coal from Australia and China's ports. Could be they have too much COVID-19 shortly after that. Could be. I don't know. That's weird. But anyway, again, I would ask you to shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time for doing that. Also, again, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction we have, in the chat with the thumbs up, the thumbs down, it really does help with pushing us up in the algorithm. So I would ask you for that reason as well. And thank you for doing that. And also, again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. Caesar's had enough. He's like, that's it. So anyway, where's everybody from tonight? So let's do that. Come on, down. No, stop. Enough. Hella, no. Let's see. Ontario, Canada. Somewhere, Oklahoma. Franklin County, Ohio. Christmas Valley, Oregon. Connecticut. Beech Grove, Indiana. Pennsylvania. Nowhere, Oklahoma. There we go. Oregon. Southeast Missouri. Oklahoma. Northeast Texas. London. BC, Canada. Minnesota. Pittsburgh, PA. Montreal, Canada. Let's see. On Central Missouri. Let's see. East Central Illinois, we have Denver. Northeastern Pennsylvania. Missouri, Arizona, New York. We have Australia, Norway. Will you stop? What are you doing? New Florence, Pennsylvania. Anderson, South Carolina. Kansas City, Missouri. Eaton, Pennsylvania. Newtontown, North Carolina. Mississippi, Wyoming. Michigan, Rhode Island. Alberta in Canada. Kandahar in Afghanistan, very cool. If you're one of the soldiers over there, thank you for what you're doing. Northeastern New York, Ulster Park, New York, South Germany, Texas, Eastern Long Island, Las Vegas, Iowa, Central Illinois, Austin, Texas, Michigan, Southwest Ontario, Canada. We have Texas again, Wisconsin, Mesa, Arizona, Cook County, Illinois, South Georgia, Southeast Iowa, Area 51. That's cool if you're really there. Washington State, Arkansas, Northeastern Tennessee, Riverside, Alabama, North Carolina, Amherst, New York, Florida, Waco, Texas, Western New York, California, Newton, Michigan. Let's see, Central Ohio, Northwest Indiana, Michigan again, Eastern Tennessee, Troy, Vermont, Colorado, California, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Real Jersey Shore, I like that, California, Picture Rocks, Michigan, Eastern Long Island, Virginia. We have Kentucky, Corpus Christi, Texas. Again, guys, we're all over the world. We're all over the country. We're a huge network of people. I believe, honestly, if we networked and worked together, there would be no stopping us at all. We could accomplish anything that we wanted to accomplish. So again, I'm a big believer that we should be all working together. Oh, we got LB in New York. I grew up there as a kid. Cape Cod, Kami, California. I love that. Northeastern Georgia. So, but again, if we work together, network, do it now. Make your connections now. I think it's really, really important to do that. And if we can make those relationships when something happens, not if, but when, then we will be in a much better position to deal with those things at that point in time. So, that's something to think about. Okay. Again, continue to prep, continue to get ready. Every day that we get is a blessing. It gives us more time to get ready. And I think that we need to be doing that. I went to the store the other day and I actually did have to pick up, I like to keep a certain level of paper towels in my home. Now I have more than I need, which I will be honest with you, but with Miss Hella, hey, full of hope, I wish I was the man that my dog thinks I am. That's funny. Thank you very much for the donation. I do appreciate that. But again, I keep a certain level of paper towels in my house. I actually had to go to the store the other day and buy another 12 pack because little Miss Thing here is going like crazy. So I have to keep on top of that and I'm trying to get her out like constantly, and she's still going on the floor, unfortunately. But what are you going to do? She's got to get trained, and so in the meantime, I'm going through a lot of paper towels, so I had to buy more. So that's all part of it, unfortunately. So that's good times. But like I said, I'm like my mom. My mom was like, "You're getting another dog? I can't believe you're going to get another dog. You know how much work that is?" And I'm like, "Ma, yeah, I know how much work it is." But German Shepherd pup, I couldn't pass it up. Could not pass it up, and she's growing like a weed. I can't believe how big she is already. So, yeah, Hella's from rough New York. That's funny. So I want to thank all my moderators. First of all, you guys do an absolutely awesome job keeping the chat clean. And I really appreciate, ladies and gentlemen, that moderate for me. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being here for every stream and keeping it clean. I do appreciate that. Yeah, we're at 974, guys. We need 26 thumbs up to hit 1,000. So again, I'm going to ask again. We got to hit 1,000. We hit 1,000, and then I won't ask, obviously, because we're almost done anyway. So if you haven't shot that thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do that. And thank you ahead of time. Again, it does really help with algorithms. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. It puts us higher up in the rankings. So thank you for that reason as well. And again, like I said, I like to see a lot of thumbs up. So if we can hit 1,000, that would be very, very cool. And thank you for that as well. And again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would ask that you subscribe as well. And there we go. We got 1,000. Very cool. So thank you, guys. Again, if you're not subscribed, I would ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications. Pay attention to what's going on with the stimulus bill. I think that's important. We need to keep an eye on that because they're not helping us again. To a small degree, they are. But when you've got $45 billion going to bail out, the airlines that have already been bailed out, I don't think that that's the way that money should be spent. That's just my opinion. Okay. So remember, guys, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. And I think a lot of people do lose sight of that. We are one race called the human race. So when I say we're in it together, we're in it together. There's all of us around the world. And for the most part, most people want the same thing. They want to be happy. They want to take care of their families. They just want to live their lives in peace and not bother anybody. Now, obviously, there's certain elements out there that have a different agenda. But for the most part, we are all in it together. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen. in life. So it's really important that we tell people every day how we feel, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. Any one of us could die at any time, and it's just when it's your time, it's your time. Also remember STD, step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do in life, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from reaching those goals is you. Nobody else can stop you. Stay away from negative people that want to bring you down, that tell you what you can or cannot do. Don't listen to that, because they're just miserable and unhappy because they never did anything. And because you're trying to pursue and follow your dreams, don't let it happen, okay? And it doesn't have to be about prepping. It doesn't have to be about living off grid. It's whatever you are pursuing, you know? I hate myself for loving you. There you go. uh, you know, but again, just, try to treat people the way you want to be treated. That's kind of the golden rule that I live by. If you're cool with me, I'm going to be cool with you. And, I take every single person I meet, I take them on an individual basis. And trust me when I say this, a-holes come in all colors, all religions, all races. There's a-holes in every one of those groups. Some of them are so full of hate, it's sad, but that's the way it is. And you just have to stay away from those type of people, because they will suck that energy, that negativity and stuff. It will suck the life out of you. Oh, I want to make a comment real quick. Somebody said that I have this resting on the top of this plug. Okay, it's not. This is actually stuck to the wall, so it's actually not resting on the plug. So it just happens that that's kind of where it came to rest, if you will. But this is taped to the wall, so there's no pressure on the plug itself. So somebody had asked me about that. They were concerned. Um, let's see. I talked to a customer today. He said he'd wait to get vaxxed so everything goes back to normal. Oh, he can't wait to get vaxxed. Well, and again, and I said to you guys, and I explained, my stepson felt the same way. He said, yeah, I'll get the vax because I want things to go back to normal. I don't think things are going back to normal. I don't think this vaccination is going to be the answer that everybody thinks it's going to be. My opinion, okay? I don't trust what's in it, because it's like it is too many unknowns, and too many people are realizing that this is not a safe way to do things. I don't care how safe they say that it is, it's not, okay? So anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great day. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.